I'm gonna make this thing a bit more visible for the rest of y'all, so we can go through some of this stuff together. Okay, crafting stations in Dragonflight, because we've been unsure about how exactly these are going to work. So, upon entering the Dragon Isles, you will find new crafting stations for crafting professions that don't currently have them, which includes all crafting professions with the exception of cooking and blacksmithing. The goal for these stations is to help increase the immersion and fantasy of your chosen professions and enhance the social experience. And here's a preview of, oh, that looks like an engineering thing. So ghetto, but kind of cool too. So that's, I guess the texture is a table, and then stuff is happening on the table. Very cool. Engineering stations. This is an enchanty thing. These are neat. I like the little glowy runes that are on there too. Like it's all very animated. And then here's the jewel crafting station. Oh, nice. All right. With these goals in mind, much like for blacksmithing, most new Dragon Isles crafting recipes will require you to be at these new crafting stations. You'll find many of them scattered throughout the regions of the Dragon Isles for your convenience during leveling. Once you reach the main city of Valdrakken, you'll find a large profession hub which includes all the crafting stations as well as vendors and trainers. The Artisans Consortium also has crafting order representatives located in the city, and has even convinced some auction house representatives to set up shop in the area as well. You should find this profession hub to be vibrant with a commerce of buying, selling, and crafting. Finally, recognizing that many alchemists may wish to craft fresh potions and other concoctions on the spot for their allies, the engineers of the Dragon Isles have invented remote crafting tables for alchemists to use. Don't worry, they very rarely explode. Sweet. So do engineers make this? That's kind of cool. Money! The engineers, there we go. Engineers, yes. Cool. So we're profitable. Excellent. Reagent bags and updated stack sizes. With the introduction of quality to crafting and gathering, there will be some additional pressure on bag space due to items of different crafting qualities not stacking. That's something that a lot of folks have brought up. To offset this increase in bag space, we are making several inventory updates regarding professions. First, we're excited to introduce a brand new type of bag, the reagent bag. Reagent bags can only hold reagents, following the same rules for what can go in the reagent bank. What is particularly special about these bags is that they will have their own new dedicated bag slot. In other words, once you get your hands on a reagent bag during your adventures on the Dragon Isles, you will have a large amount of additional inventory space to devote to your gathered and crafted reagents. In addition to this new reagent bag, we are also increasing the maximum stack size for most crafted and gathered items in Dragonflight. Our current plan is for gathered reagents to stack to 1,000! And most crafted consumables will stack up to 200. Oh, yes. We think these two changes will offset the added inventory space that items with quality will introduce. Oh my god. As part of the profession's revamp, we are streamlining how prospecting and milling work. With this update, you will soon find new milling and prospecting recipes in each expansion's specific version. You will soon find new milling and prospecting recipes in each expansion specific version of alchemy and jewel crafting that you know. For example, you would find a recipe for Shadowlands prospecting if you were to look at Shadowlands jewel crafting recipes. These recipes will allow you to select which herb and ore you wish to mill and prospect from that expansion, then select create or create all to consume as many or as few as you want with a single click. So there's a salvage reagent, holy crap. Okay, search 5 Dragon Isles for precious gems. This will destroy the ore in the process. So there's a recipe for Shadowlands prospecting, and I'm suspecting that, you know, they're mentioning alchemy and jewel crafting, but they're obviously mentioning milling, so they're going to talk about scribes as well. You'll also find that the basic version of milling and prospecting, where you directly target a stack of reagents, is gone, replaced by this more convenient means of milling and prospecting. I'm not quite understanding this yet. So, so I wonder, like, will this let me mill a shitload of stuff in a single cast? I mean, that sounds kind of dangerous, actually. I have a feeling that it won't, but it just looks like they're adding mass mill to like everything, which is kind of weird because this only lets me prospect 5 things at a time, whereas with the current system of mass milling and mass prospecting, you can work 20 things at a time. So, oh wait, hold on. Select create or create all to consume as many or as few of them as you want. Oh my god. Ah! This is huge. I seriously have 200,000 herb that I'm going to have to process before Dragonflight anyway. But in the future, if I get massive amounts of resources, it seems like I'll be able to mass mill that 100,000 whatever in one click, and it seems maybe a single cast. So this is just regards to milling and to just milling and prospecting, which is kind of huge, kind of dangerous. But like right now, it's like 20 at a time. Here, it could be hundreds at a time. So, I hope that's what it is. If it is, that's great. If it's not, then this is a huge nerf. And I'm like, wait, 5? That means other expansion stuff is being nerfed by a considerable amount, and then I'd be pretty upset over this. So it's kind of an either or thing. Anyway, profession equipment. As part of our update to professions, we are expanding the concept of profession equipment beyond fishing rods and inventory items like blacksmithing hammers, which we didn't use anyway. In the new system, most professions have 3 slots for equipment, a tool slot and 2 accessory slots. These slots provide a dedicated place to put your profession equipment. You will no longer need to keep a hammer in your inventory if you are a blacksmith, or switch your weapon with your fishing rod when you want to fish. These items will already be equipped. So kind of like New World, for those of you who are familiar with that, you just have slots for all your profession equipment. New profession equipment in Dragon Isles will often provide profession bonuses, usually in the form of new crafting and gathering stats. In addition to the bonuses it provides, most pieces of equipment can show on your character, letting you look the part of your profession. When you perform a profession-related action, your character will visually swap into this profession equipment, then switch back again upon entering combat. Okay, so very, very seamless with regards to like the cosmetic changes. However, my question is, can I stay like this all the time? What if I want to fight in my jewel crafting apron? I want to be able to do that if I'd like to. And I think we saw this screenshot before. Very neat. We saw some of this stuff. Ooh, I like that hat. That's a cool hat. And I think we've seen this too with the mining equipment. For the time being, transmog will not be... Get out of here. For the time being, transmog will not be supported with profession equipment, keeping the visuals display directly connected with that you have equipped. We recognize that as more types of equipment are discovered over time, there will almost certainly be a desire for transmog support with this equipment as well. So if you recognize that there will be a desire for the transmog support, just do it now. That'd be cool. Recrafting and Artisan's Metal. Recrafting allows you to take Dragon Isle's crafted gear and take another shot at crafting it. It requires the original item, a subset of the original tradable reagents, tradable, not soulbound, a subset of the original tradable reagents that went into it, plus, in Dragon Isle's crafting, a special profession earned reagent known as Artisan's Metal, which is soulbound. So this is on the onus of the crafter. Hey crafter, can you do some recrafting stuff? No. Okay. Get out of here. Let me find someone who can. Recrafting allows you to add, remove, or change out the optional reagents in the gear. Any optional reagents that are replaced or removed will be destroyed in the process. It also allows you to raise the quality of the gear further if you can craft it at a higher skill than when it was originally made. This is always a risk-free operation, as you can never make the item worse when recrafting, even if you can't craft it with lower skill. That isn't to say the quality cannot go down, since changing out optional reagents can result in a higher recipe difficulty, but if you were to remove the more difficult optional reagents, the quality would always maintain the quality that it was at before. Now, I know what that means. I think I would struggle trying to explain it to folks how that works, and so I totally get it if what I had just said sounds freaking confusing. As mentioned above, Artisan's Metal is required for recrafting. This reagent is soulbound and can only be earned in limited quantities through various crafting and gathering activities. During a crafting order, either the customer or the crafter can provide... Okay, so it is not the responsibility of the crafter. Either person can provide it. So it can only be earned in limited quantities through various crafting and gathering activities. That part kind of sucks. It's like, like how would I do it then? Like if I were to run out and I can't get any for like a certain amount of time, how would I obtain it? Like, is there only so many that I can obtain over the course of a week? Because that would kind of suck. If there's a way that I can keep farming for it though, okay, I can live with that. Besides its use in recrafting, Artisan's Metal also has various other profession-centric uses. Some of these are for crafting high-end profession equipment, a finishing reagent that increases skill when used, and some other profession-benefiting consumables. This means that Artisan's Metal is highly valuable to anyone with professions, and you'll want to be judicious with how you want to use it. So I do need to be stingy about it. We hope you learn stuff. Cool. Great. So far. Takeaways from this: I like the reagent bag. I am not sure about the new mass milling sort of thing. Again, it's all about like, is it going to let me? Is this create all going to process everything that I queue up in a single cast or not? That's going to be important for me. And there's a horn over there. Sorry about that. But that's it for this. What do you folks think? Let me know what you think in a comment below. I'll see you guys for the next thing. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.